Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another monster video. So in today's video, I'm going to be exploring everything that's basically coming up to the game soon, share it with you guys, and you can check this out for yourself as well by joining my Discord and heading over to the ML Sneak Peeks channel. So make sure to do that by clicking on the link in the description down below. There is a Discord link and you can go ahead and join it. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys are excited. If you are, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, notifications on. Anyways, let's go and get started. Alright guys, so first of all, let's go ahead and start off with this one monster that's coming out very soon. It's called a Wormanoid, and this was actually posted by one of my admins today. So huge thanks to him and everyone else that actually shared all this info, of course. So as you guys can see, this is going to be the monster's name, Wormanoid. I thought this would be maybe based off of like Monster Wormhole, just like a Metropolitan version, but after seeing the skills, it's really not like that. Take a look at this. Flesh Whip, which is a moderate earth damage to an enemy, applies Stamina Leak, which isn't really that good. Then you have Void Eyes, which is just a low dark damage to all enemies, so definitely not a go-to skill. Then you have Draining Stare, which removes 25% of stamina from all enemies. Just 25%, not so good. Then you have Sharp Bite, which is a moderate earth damage to an enemy, removes 50% of stamina from one enemy, then there's a cooldown. Then you have Maniac Smile, which is a moderate dark damage to all enemies, applies Nightmare to all enemies. Just nightmares. And then you're just applying Nightmare with some damage, of course. Stopping Chomp deals moderate earth damage to one enemy, applies stun to one enemy, applies stun to one enemy again, and it requires cooldown. So basically, the reason why I mentioned applies stun to one enemy twice here, right? Basically, if the first one misses, then the second one will most likely land. You know what I mean? Because you guys know sometimes it actually happens, where your status effect might miss. So that's there just in case if that first one misses, the second one will land. Paralyzing Eyes, which is a low earth damage to all enemies, applies stun to all enemies and stamina leak to all enemies. This is just an AoE stun. Now the thing with this monster, I've noticed it has some stun abilities and stuff like that. But the thing is, recently they've released too many monsters that are immune to control. So I don't think this monster will be that great. But we'll have to see. You never know. We'll just have to wait and see how it goes. I mean, maybe it'll be good in Grandmaster duels in some way. I'm not sure, but we'll have to see. Maybe not, because there's lots of players that are using that one combo that I was using, which was the taunt with 2-dot area. But anyways, this right here, Teeth Overload, it's basically a heavy earth damage to an enemy, and then you basically mega stun the enemy with a nightmare. So if the enemy is not immune to stun or immune to control, you can go ahead and land this mega stun, and that will help you out. Then you have the special skill, which is a remove positive status effects from all enemies, deals very heavy earth damage to all enemies, applies immunity to control to all allies, and removes 50% of stamina from all allies or enemies. Sorry. Overall, I am not really a huge fan of the skills, but we'll have to wait and see what this monster is going to be like. And yeah, we can't judge him just yet. Let's just wait until basically the monster is in the game. Then we can, test him out and give our opinions. But this is basically the calendar, I guess you could say, for this week. Alright, so take a look at this. Monday, the Tails with the top breeding event. Shelly and Naheem Pats will be appearing, and unfortunately it's only for owners. So that's that. The Slumster Trap Equipment Challenge will begin very soon on Tuesday. Right now it's actually Monday, so tomorrow. Tomorrow, the Slumster's Trap Equipment Challenge will begin, and yes, it's worth. So if you'd like to go ahead and get that, get it. Okay, it will be available tomorrow. I might go for it actually. I'll have to see how many gems I have. But anyways, Collector's Breeding event there. Then Slumster's Trap Equipment Challenge continues until Thursday, and then Bounty Hunt will appear on Friday. If you want to get yourself, the new monsters in Bounty Hunt, it will be on Friday. Mega Loba Challenge will also be there. Then Santerion Challenge on Saturday. If you want to get Santerion, it's still usable in some ways. You can get that legendary. Then as you guys can see, next week we have this Nestrock monster. It's like Nestrock Marathon. And I'm not sure if this is the Halloween monster. If it is, then they might actually make this really OP. Because I mean, we've noticed it with like the past monsters, right? Like Vampirashol, for example, still usable up to this day. Lord Pumpseed, still usable up to this day. Like those monsters are like really OP. They've released it. And I'm just gonna say like it might be OP, We'll have to wait and see. But anyways, Monsterwood Crazy event. Looks like there's gonna be some cells for... Oh, it's just cells like Nebula cells, Ludum, Stardust, and Ambers. You're gonna watch up to 100 videos in a row and a total of 200 a day. Dang. Okay. Now take a look at this, guys. This is one of the monsters coming out very soon, Tuscan. And this was actually leaked in the Monster Game very early. And then it was basically mixed with, okay, it was mixed with 3 monsters. Okay, it was named Tuscan, which is this monster's name. And then on top of that, it was actually the Sun Cookie monster in the Monster Game. It was shown as that, like the picture. But then the description was actually Gahizol's description, which was so weird. But then they updated it. Now you can probably see Tuscan in there. Kind of reminds me of Ingwe, you know, a little bit. But yeah, this monster is going to be arriving very soon. I'm guessing one of his relic slots is going to be a sword, and it's going to be an earth attacker, of course. So that's going to be cool. Now take a look at this here. His name is Dork. It's just Dork. Not sure what event he's going to be available in, but we have some info about Dork's moveset. Take a look at this. It's updated here. Go Work Now, which is a moderate earth damage, sorry, not earth damage, dark damage to all enemies. Applies daze to all enemies. Then you have this other skill. It's actually the ultimate, Orcs No Die, which is a very heavy dark damage to all enemies, removes all negative side effects, and applies positive effect protection to itself, heals itself by 50%. It's actually a pretty good ultimate just to yourself, you know, the monster Dork. Now, I'm not sure if this monster is actually a tank or not. Bounty Hunt updated. In this event, you'll be able to collect 2 cells of the new monsters. Tuscan is an earth attacker with damage, boost, evasion, bleed hater, and extra turn skills. Literally Ingwe. It's literally Ingwe. And then Dork is an exclusive Bounty Hunt specialist. Are you kidding me? Why would you... Oh man. Oh, you know what? It's good for the free-to-play players. You know, you're finally getting a nice monster in there for free-to-play players. Why Dork in the exclusive? I don't think I'll even buy it. From what I've seen right here, this skill set right here, not really that surprised. You know, I'm not really that interested, to be honest. The special skill, I mean, that's just a special skill. You know, you barely get the chance to use that. But like that skill right there, I'm not sure. We can't really say much because I haven't seen the other skills. But all I've got to say is that that free-to-play monster Tuscan is going to be really, really good. And you guys know, this is Tuscan right here. Literally an Ingwe. But let's see what else we have. Slumster Trap. When the turn starts, if any ally stamina is below 50%, it gives stamina to, you know, targets. So it's basically a trap that gives stamina, which is really cool. When the wearer dies, deals that many points of nature damage to all enemies. Now this will be more of like a defensive, but you can still use it on offense just for the stamina. So that's that. Bounty Hunt. Okay, so Bounty Hunt. This is just some info about Dork. Tuscan is the exclusive Bounty Hunt specialist. What? What? Did they update it? Oh, they updated the Bounty Hunt. Now they put Tuscan for free-to-play players. Back then it was actually for pay-to-win players, right? For players that wanted to spend that extra money. But now they put Dork as the exclusive. Oh, wow. Wow, okay. Tuscan is an earth attacker with damage boost and bleed hater skills. Tuscan doesn't belong in any wolf pack. Okay, blah blah blah. Doesn't need to know much. Now the moveset for Tuscan. Let's see what we got here. Anything good? It's a moderate earth damage to one enemy. Applies 25% damage boost to itself. Feed the Herd, which is a moderate earth damage to all enemies. Applies bleeding to all enemies. Then you have Follow the Trail, which is a bleeding to all enemies. Gives an extra turn. Oh, that's really good because remember, you'll have that bleed hater. So basically, once you apply the bleeding to all enemies, you get that extra turn, and then from there on, you have apparently another extra turn skill. So that's a 25% damage boost that you can actually apply to yourself after applying the bleeding, and then get the extra turn. And from there on, you can hit him very massively with this earth damage, and then the bleeding to one enemy, right? Because remember, you're playing bleeding to all enemies. Or you could go with this bleed hater and evasion to yourself, and then next turn you could actually do triple damage here. And if you want to even go bigger, you could do the 25% damage boost and also the bleeding to all enemies. So that is really, really good, I've got to say. But you don't have too many extra turn skills to deal damage with, if that makes sense. Like for example, this one, it just applies bleeding and gives you an extra turn. This one just gives you damage boost with an extra turn, you know what I mean? You're not really dealing any damage with it. But then this right here, this is basically an auto kill. Unless the enemy has like a lot of life rune. That's what I'm trying to say. So we're gonna have to see what this monster is like. I'm gonna go ahead and review it once it comes out, of course. Make sure you guys are subscribed. Now the Dork moveset, let's see what we have here. Blocks out 50% of the incoming damage and applies skill mirror to itself. I thought this was to all allies. I was about to say that's good. But no. Deals heavy dark damage to one enemy, applies skill mirror to itself. No sleep as a moderate earth damage to all enemies, applies nightmare to all enemies. Deals heavy dark damage to one enemy, applies daze and nightmares. Deals massive dark damage to one enemy, applies daze. Is this an attacker? Because you have a support skill here. Well, this is a self-support actually, not to all. It's just to yourself. And same with this one right here. Okay, I actually like the other one more. The Tuscan monster. Can't believe I'm saying that. But yeah, anyways guys. So, that right there is going to wrap it up actually. Yeah, it's going to wrap it up. So, Bounty Hunt will start soon and it will include the 2 new monsters. One of them is Dork, which is going to be the exclusive unless they go ahead and end up changing it. And then we also have Tuscan for free-to-play players, unless they change it once again. We'll have to see. But anyways guys, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, notifications on. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.